What's going on, guys? Welcome back. In this part, we're gonna hopefully get the axle on, the rear axle, and then hopefully get lots of the wiring done. To wire everything to the front, you gotta extend a couple wiring harnesses. I think they're counted around 64 wires need to be extended. So it's gonna be lots of wiring. But I got these bearings. This is an 1.25" drive shaft. These kind of bearings. And then they go on, where the hell is it? Kind of like this. So I'm gonna weld this plate up underneath here, make sure they're both the same, exact same distance and everything. And then I'm gonna weld the square tubing around the bracket here, just to strengthen it. I want it to be as strong as possible. This is going to be probably the part that takes the most beating. And then we could put the sprocket on, chain on, all that stuff. Alright, I got those brackets just welded on there. I'm going to go around with this same tubing all the way around the bracket, weld it all, build gussets here for extra strength. I just slid the shaft in there to make sure that it's perfectly straight, and sprocket's not welded on or anything yet, but yeah, it's really smooth. There's one of the braces. Braces! I'm gonna put gussets going here for extra strength and probably back here. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Just working on this side, get this one done. Doesn't look that bad. Looks strong. You want some snacks? We've got both sides done. I'll probably actually bolt the actual bearing housing there. I'll probably bolt it on the inside. But yeah, that's what it's looking like. Chain's not on, it's just kind of sitting on the sprocket there. Sprocket will have to get welded. There's going to be a little chain idler that's going to be there to keep tension. But I think it's good for right now, besides these bracing, those gussets that I'm going to make. But then I think we're going to start on the wiring. I'm going to get everything wired up here. Jordan's gone to go get more Red Bull. Need more energy.
Alright.
How are you going to run these wires?
What we're going to do is we're going to install a weatherproof box. Right here, we're going to get a plate welded on. It'll mount there. We'll run all of our engine harness right into there.
All this will go into a little weatherproof box.
From there, we will take some measurements here, figure out our lengths, and we're going to grab all of our head units, gauges, switches, accessories.
Looks like a mess, but it'll look freaking good when you're done. Master of wires. The only thing that needs to be mounted outside the box is this, because it's warm.
Put that underneath the seat. Keep my ass warm in the winter.
Review.
Skipping rope.
Yep. Look at all that wire, Murphy. Yeah. Look at that. Damn.
Quit fucking up the fucking harness, mine. Get. Boy. Me love you long time, but you have to go away now. Rough idea how much we need to shave off here. Oh no.
Oh, wow.
It's too short.
Huh? What?
Fuck, man. Just kidding. You need to clean up this fucking garage.
I know. I'll do it tomorrow.
You sound like my wife, man. All you'll do is bitch, bitch, bitch.
Hey, don't lick me, please. Hey, don't eat that. Hey man, don't eat that. One of like 3 harnesses. This is the biggest one though. Alright guys, Jordan, he's taking that wiring harness home to finish it. And in the meantime, so since he's extending all the wires, I'm gonna try to fab up a dash. It's gonna house the gauges. I want them to be about right there. And then all the switches and stuff will all be along here. I've never worked with sheet metal before really, so we're gonna see what I'm gonna fab up here. I kind of want to follow the curve of this all the way along, come up about 8 inches, and then have it angle up. I'll trace it onto a piece of cardboard there and see what she looks like. Alright, I think that's what I'm kind of looking for. It's a little big, but we'll probably mount a light bar on there, maybe some other pod lights, some other lights on the front. This will just be nice so I can install this into there so you can perfectly see it from the steering wheel, and all the switches and whatever else, any gauges or anything that I want to put in there. I have lots of room. So now I just need to take this apart, trace it onto that steel, and cut her out. Hopefully it'll look good. Not bad for my first time working with sheet metal. So now I'm just gonna weld all the way along, and then so I have some overhang here, so I'm gonna grind that down, make it all nice and smooth. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. What a lot of welding. I didn't sand or didn't grind anything down yet or anything, but I mean, they're okay. Not the best. Yeah, I'm gonna grind all this down so it all looks nice and smooth. Didn't turn out too bad. I'm probably gonna cut this plastic piece off here so it's just this gauge, and then I'm gonna install it in right there. And all our switches and stuff go over there. Alright, I'm really starting to like the look of this. Jordan, he finished the wiring harness and everything. So it's not loomed or anything yet because we still got to add some wires and extend some things, but gauges are mounted in there. And I actually hooked up these switches. So this one is your main power. And then this is your ignition. You can hear the fuel pump. And then this is just a push button. Yeah, it's pretty sick. When I started it, you seen this was spinning. So I need to make a chain tensioner that goes somewhere like that. So I was actually thinking 2 pillow blocks. I'm gonna sprocket. So that'll sit. I'll make 2 bars right here and right there. And it'll keep tension on it. Can you sit? Good boy. So this is what it's looking like. It's just sitting in here. I don't have it welded in or tacked in or anything. Now I just gotta do some measuring. I wanna get it perfectly straight. What are you snipping at? Huh? Yeah. And then I made sure these bolts are to this closest side. So when I loosen them, I can slide it back a little bit. If I want, I can shave a little bit of the housing down a little bit so I can slide it more. But I'm gonna pull it back so it's decently tight. Tack it, and then I can adjust these if I wanted it even tighter. Oh, and funny story, so we got it running and everything. I got this kind of temporary shift thing hooked up just to see, because we never did see if like the tranny works or if it goes through any gears. So as soon as we put it in gear, like it was running, as soon as we put it in gear, like first gear, it shut off. I was like, what the hell? So apparently, like, there's lots of sensors and safety things with these bikes. So apparently, first Google search I did, I looked on a forum and the guy's like, did you leave your kickstand down? I was like, there's a kickstand sensor? So that's what this sensor is. I just have a clamp holding it on, and I'm just gonna hardwire it so it's always like off. So I push that sensor in and, you know, it goes right through the gears and no problem. So that's sweet, and it works flawlessly. So that's pretty sweet. So I kept kind of like the same gear ratio that would bike have, but I went with a little bit bigger sprocket on the back because of the extra weight. I want a little more acceleration. So it was a 43 tooth on the bike, so I went to a 48 tooth. So it should have like decent acceleration, decent top speed and everything. There, you guys, check that out. I got it running. It's in 6th gear. We're going about 30 kilometers an hour. Alright, that video was kind of loud. So I got the sprocket, so everything all set up. Smooth, it stays perfectly straight. And so I got the rad mounted on here, so it's solid. This bottom one, I just had some clear hose laying around the garage here, so I used that, but obviously I can't actually use it because once it gets warm it just folds on itself and gets really soft. So I got some universal rad hose that I'm gonna have to piece together. So I'll drain this fluid, put the new hose on, and then it'll be good. I got a fan on the back here, and I got, you can see down there, I got an oil cooler fan. So I'm gonna wire those together so when I flick a switch, I'm thinking, I think this switch, when you turn it on, I'll have it turn on both fans. And then, oh, look at this. Look at that. That's going to be the shifter. We're in the middle here. It's going to be freaking sweet. So, that's probably going to be it for this video. Next video, I'm going to get the shifter on, the clutch on. I ordered rear hubs for the rear axle, so we should be able to get it moving. So hopefully that's the next video. Get her moving. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But if it's not upgraded, upgrade it. You guys have a good night.